What's up, guys? Welcome back to Unparalleled Universe for another action figure review, and today we'll be looking at the 112 Collective Punisher figure from Mezco. And here's a quick look at the front of the box. Right in the center you get the iconic Punisher logo. Up on the top it says 112 Collective and the Punisher. Down at the bottom it says Marvel. And then once you flip the front cover open, you get some really nice looking artwork right here. It's like black and white with some red blood splatter. It really reminds me of like Frank Miller in his Sin City days. I'm not really sure who drew this. I didn't see any signature or anything like that. I'm sure it's in here somewhere. Maybe I just missed it. And then on this side, you get a look at the figure and his accessories. He's a little hard to see because of the glare, but there he is. And then on the back you get the Punisher logo again, but it's black this time, or like a dark gray, and it's only half of it. Usually here we'd get some cool shots of the figure, but in this case they just went with the Punisher logo. And the box does look a little plain, but I think it looks pretty cool. I like the style of it. And I'm always a big fan of the Mezco packaging. It's collector friendly and all that cool stuff, so you could take the figure out, put it back in, and yeah, it's really high quality and looks nice. So alright, now on to his articulation. First off, I'm going to show you his articulation while he's still wearing the chest piece, because obviously that's going to affect how much the torso moves. So I'll show you how much you're able to get it to move like this, and then afterwards I'll take it off and let you see the torso without the chest piece. So for starters, his head is able to go side to side, and then it's able to tilt a pretty nice amount. Then it's able to go back about that much. Then it goes forward about that much. And his head is connected to his neck, and then his neck is connected to his torso with the joint, you know, so you're able to get a lot of really good movement out of that. And then for his torso, it's able to tilt a little bit while it's wearing the chest piece, but not very much. But it does have a little bit of movement. And then you're able to get it twist a little bit. Could twist side to side. And you're not really going to be able to get it to crunch. You can actually get it to crunch just a little bit, as you can see there, but not very much. And you could kind of get it to go back a little bit too. And then for his arms, they're on like a butterfly joint, or the shoulder is like kind of like a butterfly joint, so it goes forward and back a little bit, but not as much as like Pizza Spider-Man or something, but there's a little bit of movement there. And then he's got ball jointed shoulders, so his arms are able to come up about that much before it's stopped by the material. You can almost get him to go all the way up. Actually, yeah, there you go. And then you could get him to come all the way back, the same amount pretty much. Yeah, the material on Punisher is really stretchy, so it works out good. And then he's got upper bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. He's got a swivel at the wrist, and then a hinge at the wrist. And then for his legs, you're able to get him to come out all the way to the side. You can pretty much do the splits. And then you're able to come forward about that much. And then you're able to come back about that much. And then you've got upper thigh swivel. You've got double jointed knees. Then you've got a swivel down at the boot. And then his foot is able to rotate, which allows you a little bit of rocking back and forth, and then some tilt. So that's it for the articulation. And yeah, you know, like all Mezco figures, it has a bunch of articulation. It all works really good. The clothes, it doesn't really get in the way too much. It actually gets in the way less with Punisher, so that's really cool. And then here's a quick look at him without his gear, so that you can see how much his torso is able to move. And it goes way back, and it crunches, doesn't really crunch that much. And then, you know, it could tilt side to side, and then it could twist. I really like the fact that they made his gear removable, because then now you could kind of just use him as a random goon if you want to. You could just pop a different head on him, and then you've got just a random goon for your heroes to fight. But yeah, and it looks really cool. It's a good looking goon actually, so it's very, very nice. And then like all Mezco figures, Punisher here has a bunch of cool accessories. So we'll start off here with the hands. And first off, he has a pair of fists. And then he has a pair of trigger finger hands. And then he has a pair of open dramatic hands. And then he has this hand that I think is for holding like the handguard to his gun. And then he has this hand that I think is like for, you know, I'm not really sure what this is for. It's like a palm punching hand or whatever. And he comes with 3 different heads, and this is the first one. It's kind of a, you know, like a more relaxed kind of I'm gonna kill everyone kind of face. And the sculpt and the detail is really, really good. I like the fact that the eyes kind of have like a shiny like effect to them, kind of. You could really see it there if I turn to the side. I think that's really cool. The scars and everything all over his face look good. I like the hair that's slicked back. Reminds me of like old school Punisher. And yeah, that's really good. And then you've got the I'm super pissed off, so I'm gonna kill everybody face. And this one is really good too. You're able to see his teeth, and you've got some scars all over this face too. And yeah, look at that. He looks super angry. That's really dope. And his hair is still slicked back here. It would have been kind of cool if it was a little bit messed up, but yeah, look at that. That's crazy right there. And then you've got the I got beat up, so I'm gonna kill everybody face. And look at this one's really cool too. Look at that big black eye. It's all swollen shut. And then you've got a band-aid on the nose. You got a couple more scars on him and scratches. You got a scratch on his head there. And his hair is messed up. That's really cool. I like the fact that it's not slicked back like the other two. But yeah, the sculpt it's crazy. It looks like a real person almost. Look at that right there. It looks amazing. I'm really happy with the sculpt. And all 3 of these head sculpts, they did an amazing job. So it's really good stuff. And of course he comes with a bunch of different guns. This is the first gun. I don't know anything about guns, to be honest, so I consulted with my resident gun expert, and he informed me that this gun is called the 1911 45. And then he comes with a MKS-1 grenade launcher. And then he has a HK-MP5. And then he has a HK AR style rifle. Again, I don't know anything about guns. That's just information that I got from somebody that I know that knows about guns, and hopefully that's helpful information. And here's a closer look at all of his guns, starting here with the rifle type of gun. And it's painted really nice, it's sculpted really nice. There's some like silver details hidden in there, kind of brushed on there. But the coolest thing about this gun and the rest of the guns is the fact that it has a clip. And you can see the little bullet in there. It just sticks right in there. And each gun actually comes with 2 clips. So it comes with the clip that's already in there and then an extra one. So that's very cool. But yeah, this one's very nice. We got this one here. That's the same kind of deal where it's painted black, but there's some silver detail brushed on there. And then the clip also comes out. And then you're able to just stick it right back in there. And then for his grenade launcher, this is sculpted really nice and painted really well. And then you've got like an adjustable stock here. And then also this turns to the side. And these are open so that you could stick the little grenades in there. That's really cool, and that also comes apart there. And it's really cool that it does all that stuff, but with all those pieces of articulation in the gun, it kind of comes off as flimsy when he's holding it, but it's still very cool that it does all that stuff. And here's my favorite of all of his guns. And with this pistol here, you could also take out the clip, stick it back in there. But the coolest thing about this gun is the fact that this pulls back. Look at that. That's awesome. It's cool because I didn't know that it did that. I was just messing with it and accidentally brought it back. I thought it was breaking, but yeah, how cool is that? How often? I don't think I've ever seen a 6-inch figure that has guns that cock back like that. So that's really cool. I do wish that he came with 2 of these though. He only comes with 1. But yeah, that's some crazy attention to detail. You know, that's really, really cool. But yeah, the paint and stuff on here is nice. It's just basic, you know, paint for a gun. Nothing too special. But I'm glad it's not just a piece of black plastic. You know, it's black, and then you got like a little silver screw right there. You got some silver in the back, and you've got some silver here in front and stuff. So, but yeah, look at that. That's so cool. And then he comes with this little flare effect, and this thing is very cool too. It fits into all of the guns. So that, look at that, that's pretty good. And I really like the fact that it has a bullet at the end of it. That's another thing I didn't notice at first, but that's so cool. It would have been cool if it came with maybe some different sizes, or like one that had multiple bullets coming out of it, because it's like these machine guns or whatever. But yeah, so this is so cool, man. I'm really happy with this little flare effect. And then he comes with the knife, and this knife is very nice, but it's pretty much the exact same knife that came with Commander Rogers, as you could see here. They're the same, just different colors. You got brown and black. And just like Commander Rogers, Punisher has a sheath on the back of his belt, and you can just stick that right in there like that. And yeah, but it's a cool looking knife. I liked it with Commander Rogers, and I like it with Punisher. And then of course, like all Mezco figures, it comes with a very nice looking stand. Here we got the Punisher logo. Right here you got the peg so you could stand the figure on there. Or you could just pop the peg out. Then you've got the arm. Stick it in there. And then there you go, you're able to put the figure on there if you'd like. And here's a look at the figure using the arm for the stand. And here's a look at him just standing on the stand. And now on to some size comparisons. Here's a look at him next to the Mezco Commander Rogers and the Mezco Green Arrow. And then here he is next to the NECA Caesar from the Planet of the Apes and the Figure Arts Raphael. And here he is along with the Marvel Legends Pizza Spider-Man and the DC Icons Flash. And here he is next to my two favorite Marvel Legends Punisher figures. And obviously he's way better. You know, Mezco's a different class than Marvel Legends, but you know, I still like these old Punisher figures. Actually, this one isn't too old. It came out last year. It was like a Walgreens exclusive from Hasbro. And this one here was it's from the Marvel Legends Series 4 by Toy Biz. And I'm always gonna love this figure. It's one of the first figures I got as an adult collector. Him and Gambit, which I think was also from Series 4. They really got me back into collecting back at that time. And yeah, you know, I love this one. I can't wait to, I'm going to try to pop his head off and see how it'll look on the Mezco Punisher. But I'd have to heat his head up or something, and I doubt that the ball will fit in there naturally. So probably won't mess with that actually. But in this case, you could pop his head off and you could actually stick the Mezco ones right on there without having to modify it or anything, if anyone's interested in doing that. And it doesn't work going the opposite way, only because this ball peg kind of sits too far into his neck, so you can't really get it to snap on into, you can't get the head to snap into there, but you can just get it to rest there, and it'll stay pretty good. But if you start turning it and stuff, it's gonna come off. But you can kind of leave it there and still be able to move them around and pose them and stuff like that. But yeah, I think that kind of looks cool. It kind of gives it a more comic book feel to it. You know, these Mezco figures like to go with like a realistic kind of look, you know. So if you want a more comic book look for your Mezco Punisher, there you go. I think that looks pretty dope actually. And here's a closer look at that if anyone's interested. But yeah, I think that's pretty cool. It's nice to have some even more options with this Mezco figure that already has a lot of options. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. And here's a closer look at the detail on the figure. Like I mentioned before, all three of the head sculpts are really nice. And his chest plate here, it looks really good. It's all torn up. It looks like it's been shot at. You got some bullet holes in here. You got some gashes across the side. You got some scratches up here. And yeah, it looks really good. It has like a metallic metal kind of look to it. It is white though, but sometimes it's hard to even tell that it's white. Like right here through the camera, it doesn't look white at all. It just looks like metal. But yeah, you got some other colors here. You got some gold and some brown. It really looks like it's been through war, so that's very cool. And then down here you got the pouches, and they're sculpted really nice, and they also have some nice paint. They're like brown and black, like brown with a black wash, or black with the, you know, dry brush brown or whatever. But yeah, it looks really cool. It's all sculpted really nice. Then down in here you've got the straps, and even the buckles on the straps are painted silver, so that's good. Then on the back you got the vest, and it just has like a textured back. It really looks like a vest, so that's cool. You got some more buckles up here that are painted silver. Pouches all the way around, some more straps down there. Then you've got his pants, and his pants are pretty loose fitting, kind of like modern Captain America and Commander Rogers. He doesn't have any pockets, which it would have been nice if he did, but he does not. And then down here, his boots are sculpted really nice, and they're the exact same boots as Commander Rogers, but that's okay. I think they look great. They have some nice texture. You've got the silver things that the laces hang on and stuff, and yeah, they look really good. I kind of wish that there was a little foot holster to tuck his pistol into. That would have been cool, but yeah, no holsters on him. I think that was kind of unfortunate. Then up here on the shirt, it's not as tight fitting as Commander Rogers, but it is stretchy, but it does fit a little loose, as you can see there. Kind of bunches up here, but I think that's okay for Punisher. Then you're able to roll his sleeves up, and I think he looks pretty cool like that. And then also on his shirt, you got these little patches on the side. I'm not really sure what they're for, but it kind of mixes it up a little bit so it doesn't just look like a weird sweater or something. But yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. Roll up both of his sleeves here, and I think he looks dope like that. Alright guys, so overall, I'm really happy with this figure. It's really no surprise at this point. Mezco just keeps on killing it. Every single figure they put out reinforces the fact that that this is my favorite line out there, and they're the best doing it, in my opinion, for 6-inch figures. Everything about this Punisher is pretty much perfect. There are a few things that they could have included to make it a little bit better. Like if he had pants pockets, that would have been cool, and if he had a holster to hold his pistol, that would have been cool. But the fact that it's missing those things, I mean, it really isn't a big deal. I kind of forget about them quick, but it would have been cool if it had them. So yeah, you know, it's really close to perfect. It could have been a little bit more perfect, but yeah, he's an awesome figure. Definitely the best 6-inch Punisher out there. And I'm not really sure if I'm going to get the previews exclusive version. After getting this, it kind of made me want to get that one more because of all the cool features that Punisher's weapons have. I'm really interested to see how the previews version's weapons, how they work. I'm sure all of them have like some cool little things that might surprise you. I was really surprised about the pistol and the way that it cocks back. I thought that was a really cool detail for them to add. And yeah, this figure is awesome, has a bunch of cool accessories. I don't think anyone will feel shortchanged if they get this figure. I know Mezco stuff's expensive, but a figure like Punisher here, it's well worth it. I didn't feel like I paid too much or anything like that. He's really an amazing figure, so I'm very happy to have him. And yeah, so that's it for the review. And real quick, I just want to say thank you to everyone who gave me kind of feedback on the black background. And you know, after listening to everyone's opinions, I've decided to go back to the white background. I think it'll make it so that you could see the figures and the accessories and the details a little bit better. But yeah, I wanted to try the black background and see how it worked. It turned out it didn't work out as good as it should have. And yeah, I just want to thank everybody who gave me some input and some feedback as to how that was working. And yeah, it's good stuff. Thank you so much, guys. But anyways, if you liked the video, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that cool stuff. And thank you very much. Peace.